problems am I willing to have?
Right.
You know, if you're happy with your, working your job and you're making pretty good money, but you want to be a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you willing to deal with the problems that come with that?
Right.
You've had to realize, it's not all about getting up on stage and that was fun.
I wish it was that simple.
But you got to set up venues.
Yeah, if you're producing, it's a lot.
You got to
dealing with people and then dealing with the community. Or if comedians are great, but
or if you're doing a show, now you got to see, okay, how much am I getting paid? Do I want to get paid? How much am I getting paid? Do I talk to somebody about this or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I remember, going to this thing with John Cusack, and I know he gets a lot of flack because, like, some people say he's not the nicest guy. I don't know, I don't know him, but it was Fidelity. They were like playing the movie Fidelity, and then he was going to have like a question and answer afterwards, or like, an interview. And, it's very Chicago. I like John Cusack. Like, I liked his work in the past. And so I went to this thing. It was really interesting. And then the interviewer could have been a little bit better. Like, she was kind of asking him frivolous stuff, like hot dogs or hamburgers, boxers or briefs. And I'm like, you have John Cusack in front of you. Right. Like, why wouldn't you ask him deep stuff about, when you produced this movie or when you did this or whatever, like, it was just so, I was just so like, what? Then they had a question and answer where they opened it up to the audience, and then that's when it got good. Is we lined up, and then everybody had a question, and it was really good stuff. And then it was my turn, and I was in acting at the time. I hadn't done stand up yet, but I said, how do you handle? I'm like, I'm sure there's been problems with, like, when you are doing any kind of movie or whatever. Like, how do you handle? And he said, you know what? You have to realize that anything that you do creatively, you will be faced with the struggle and the problems and conflict. You will be faced with that. It doesn't matter.
Anything worthwhile.
Yeah, you're going to be faced. Yeah. And he goes, and almost you have to just embrace it. You have to embrace it instead of going against it. Like, it is going to be there, and you have to accept that it's going to be there. And I was just like, wow, like that's John Cusack.